I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. You're gonna be mine. Woo!
You were tuned in to the best, and that's no other than G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, what's next for Mr. Man Down himself, the truth, Errol Spence Jr.? He's coming off of a 2-minute 59.5-second destruction of his mandatory Carlos Ocampo in his hometown of Texas at the Dallas Cowboy facility. And yes, it was his mandatory. Yes, nobody knew Carlos Ocampo outside of his mother, his father, his sister, his brother, and a couple of distant cousins. But Errol Spence gets maximum credit because you can't look past these guys. There is no unification unless he gets past that fight. And it's not easy fighting in front of your home crowd. It's not easy at all. So he gets props for this victory. Now, what's next for Errol Spence Jr.? I know y'all probably looking and like, damn, a 20-minute video for what's next for Errol Spence? Let me explain where I'm going to go with this video before I get there. This is bigger than, hey, who is he going to fight next? It's bigger than that. And I haven't heard anyone on YouTube talk about this. And after the video, if you heard somebody talk about this Errol Spence situation in the way that I'm going to talk about it, leave their name in the comment section. I'll get them they just do. But I haven't heard anyone talk about Errol Spence after the Carlos Ocampo fight in this angle. All right. So this is bigger than just who Errol Spence is going to fight next. Not only is it about that, but it's about what is next for Errol Spence in terms of Man Down Promotions. What's next for Errol Spence in terms of building his popularity, building his name, and building himself to be the superstar that the higher ups want him to be. Now, see, I'm not going to get on here and give you some fantasy scenarios and things like that. I'm not going to say, oh, well, he should get Danny Garcia or Sean Porter next, or he's going to get Keith Thurman next, or he's going to get Terrence Crawford next. We all know that's not going to happen. I'm a realist, so I keep it real. So I'm going to give y'all the real when it comes down to Errol Spence Jr. I don't think y'all realize what's going on in terms of Errol Spence Jr. in terms of the exposure. Let me get a little more detailed into it. The man fought at the Dallas Cowboys facility. Damn near the entire Dallas Cowboys team was there in support of Errol Spence Jr. Outside of the New York Yankees, the Dallas Cowboys is the most storied franchise in American sports. The Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, is supporting Errol Spence 110%. Outside of the Steinbrenners, Jerry Jones may be the most famous sports owner in the world. And he's backing Errol Spence 100%. Errol Spence fought somebody that nobody knew in Carlos Ocampo. And this is no disrespect to Carlos Ocampo, but nobody knew who he was. There was nobody electrifying on the undercard. The undercard wasn't necessarily stacked. But Errol Spence sold out the Dallas Cowboy facility with 15,000 people. 15,000 people. And this was one of those cards where it was just like, okay, Errol Spence, he deserves a home game. We're going to give him a home game. He had to travel out to go fight Kell Brook. He had to go through a lot of BS with that. And, you know, Errol Spence just been through a lot chasing Keith Thurman around and all that. He deserves a home game. But we don't know how much he's going to sell. So we just going to do a little, I like to call them case studies. We're going to do a little case study on this one and see what he does. He sold the place out. And I know I got a lot of UK listeners. I'm not speaking on y'all terms because I know y'all fans and y'all fan base is different. But from a US standpoint, my US people, y'all know what I'm saying. When was the last fighter? You name me a fighter in the past that had support from a football team, from a football owner, who got exposure after the Olympics, and who was backed by the most powerful man in boxing, in Al Heyman. Who has had that combination? Who is not only selling out in his hometown of Texas and damn near sold out the Barclays Center when he fought Lamont Peterson? He sold twice as many tickets as Danny Jacobs did, and Danny Jacobs is from Brooklyn. In terms of exposure, we haven't seen this in a long time. We haven't seen this in a long time. And I don't think people realize how important this is. The exposure that he's getting before he even gets a pay-per-view. Floyd Mayweather's been bigging him up for the longest. He has his hood stripes because there was a rumor going around that he whipped Floyd Mayweather's ass in sparring. There was another rumor that he knocked Adrian Broner the fuck out. There's rumors that he's been knocking down heavyweights in sparring. So not only is Errol Spence appealing to the hardcores, but he's appealing to the masses, period. He's on all different types of TV shows, all of that. The one thing that Errol Spence can say is that he has not been promoted. Even though he doesn't have a promoter, he is getting put in front of every single type of crowd you can think of, inside and outside of the boxing ring. So yes, this video is over 20 minutes long because, again, it's bigger than just who Errol Spence is fighting. See, you got to put the whole package together in terms of what needs to happen with Errol Spence. And with all that being said, watch G5 Jeff TV work. Now listen, the first thing that needs to happen with Errol Spence is they need to capitalize on the momentum. They need to capitalize on the momentum. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. He's coming off of a first round knockout. I know he went through a hard training camp, dealing with his trainer, dealing with Jermell Charlo and other sparring partners, but he literally only fought 3 minutes. It's not inconceivable to see Errol Spence back in the ring in September or October 2018. They need to capitalize on the momentum by keeping him busy. He needs another fight before the end of 2018. That's number one. Number two, his next fight needs to be at that same facility. His next fight needs to be at the Dallas Cowboys facility. Think about it. He sold the place out with 15,000. Now, I'm not sure if the Dallas Cowboys facility can be expanded in terms of the seating. And that's something I have to check on, but let's just say that for the sake of this video, it can be expanded by 5,000. So it goes from 15,000 to 20,000. Imagine if he faced somebody halfway decent, somebody that we actually know. He's going to sell the place out again. Even if they can't expand the seating, he's going to sell it out again. So his next fight needs to be in the Dallas Cowboy facility. Not in Brooklyn, not in California, not in Vegas, but Texas. He's already proven he's selling out cards in his hometown. If you want a bag, put that man in his hometown. That's the second thing. The third thing is he has an opportunity to become a superstar. And I've had a lot of people tell me, I've heard a lot of YouTube channels, they say, oh, Errol Spence is boring. Errol Spence don't have no personality. Listen, let me explain something to you. Not everybody has to act like Adrian Broner to be a star. You watch Errol Spence Instagram, the man has a personality. You catch that man outside of an interview, he has a personality. Boxing history tells us there's multiple personalities and there's multiple ways to become a superstar. And I'm not comparing Errol Spence to this person from a fighting perspective, but a personality perspective. Errol Spence Jr.'s personality reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard. Does Sugar Ray Leonard talk like Adrian Broner? No. Does Errol Spence talk like Adrian Broner? No. But did Sugar Ray Leonard become a superstar? Yes, he did. Is Errol Spence going to become a superstar? Looks like it. Al Heyman, Showtime, and every other big person, period. Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys, everybody wants to see this kid become a superstar. We haven't seen this type of push in a long time. From an exposure standpoint, we haven't seen this in a while. So with that being said, let's get to the two opponents that I feel would be perfect for Errol Spence in Texas at the Dallas Cowboy facility. Not anywhere else. Number one, Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas, he's been in the ring with everybody. He's been in the ring with Tim Bradley. He's been in the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He's been in the ring recently with Adrian Broner. New trainer, the body snatcher Mike McCallum. Jesse Vargas is a really good fighter. He's a good fighter, top 10 welterweight for sure. There's some people that thought he beat Adrian Broner. There's some people that thought he lost to Adrian Broner. Some people thought it was a draw. But the bottom line is Jesse Vargas went in there and fought his ass off. And you know that's what he's going to do every single time he jumps into the ring. Jesse Vargas has the name, he has the cachet, and he will bring legitimacy to Errol Spence Jr. Now, another thing is Jesse Vargas, he wouldn't have no problem going to Texas for that fight because they love Mexicans. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, Errol Spencer had a home crowd, but it'll be some love for Jesse Vargas, too. He won't feel like a complete stranger in Texas. And just the type of person that Jesse Vargas is, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have no problem going to Errol Spence's hometown. I'm pretty sure that won't be a problem. But the fight that I really, really want to see and that would benefit Errol Spence the most is Omar Figueroa Jr. Omar Figueroa Jr. is the guy that was supposed to fight Adrian Broner but had to drop out of the fight. Omar Figueroa is all action. And number two, the most important thing, he is from Texas. It will be Texas versus Texas in Texas. Omar Figueroa is an action fighter. Defensively, I don't think he's that responsible, but that's absolutely perfect for Errol Spence because he's going to get somebody in front of him that can take a shot and that can throw a shot. And he's going to be right there in Errol Spence's face, which means it would be an entertaining fight. And we may possibly see Errol Spence in some type of adversity in his career. That's the only thing we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen him hurt. We haven't seen him buzzed. I've seen him take one shot. I think the guy's name was, his last name was Larte. And it was an ESPN fight. And Errol Spence got caught with a hook at the end of the round. And I seen his knees buckle a little bit. That's the only time I ever seen Errol Spence buzzed in a fight. But Omar Figueroa would be the perfect situation for Errol Spence Jr. to build the star power of Errol Spence. Now, the days of Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia and Sean Porter and all these guys saying, oh, well, Errol Spence is all risk, no reward. Them fucking days is done. Absolutely done. Errol Spence has done way more than what Sean Porter has ever done. Errol Spence fights Keith Thurman right now. Errol Spence is the A side right now. Now, who would have thought that 2 years ago? Errol Spence is doing numbers like Danny Garcia is doing numbers. When Danny Garcia signs up for a fight, you know a certain amount of numbers is going to be brought in. Errol Spence has gained the popularity to have that same effect. When you see Errol Spence on the billing, you know it's a certain amount of money that's going to be there. Errol Spence is the best 147 pounder in the world. And if y'all know me, I was saying for a long time Keith Thurman was. But due to inactivity and injuries and things like that, he's not the best 147 pounder in the world. So Errol Spence, when you wrap it all up, he's undefeated. He's the IBF champion of the world. And one more thing before I continue. All of this weight bully stuff, stop it. Stop it with the weight bully stuff. The man weighed 157 fight night. 10 pounds above the contracted weight. Ocampo weighed more than him. So stop with the weight bully talk. Back to it. He's a 147 pound IBF champion of the world. All right. He has the backing of Al Heyman. He has the backing of Jerry Jones. He can sell out in his hometown 15,000 against a unknown opponent. He can damn near sell out the Barclays Center. Danny Garcia can sell out the Barclays Center, but where else can he sell out? Can he sell out Philly? Possibly, depending on the opponent. But even if that is the case, that puts Errol Spence on the same level as Danny Garcia. Errol Spence goes out to the West Coast, he gonna sell out in the West Coast. Imagine Errol Spence in the UK. Errol Spence, he went to Kell Brook hometown. They sold 30,000. I'm telling y'all. And I'm saying all of this, and I'm not like a diehard Spence fan. I just recognize what's going on. They're setting this kid up for superstardom. He's gonna get one more fight. Like I said, it might be against Jesse Vargas. It might be against Omar Figueroa Jr. And then he'll have to fight another mandatory. And that'll be, unless something changes, Yordenis Ugas, who's a good fighter. Good fighter. So after his voluntary and his next mandatory, I guarantee you it's going to be a huge fight. Possibly a pay-per-view against maybe Danny, maybe Sean Porter, maybe Keith Thurman. Mikey Garcia is talking like he want that smoke. It might be Mikey Garcia. But expect Errol Spence Jr. to be in a pay-per-view fight in 2019. I'm calling it. G5F TV is calling it. That is what's up next for Errol Spence Jr. And to cap it all off, he's doing all this and he's not even signed to a promoter. He's not signed to a promoter. Oscar De La Hoya is trying to sign Errol Spence. Errol Spence said, listen, man, I don't need no promoter. I'm doing my thing right now. I don't need no promoter. And you want to know why he doesn't need a promoter? Because he's getting more benefits by himself and just with an Al Heyman backing and a Showtime backing than what Oscar De La Hoya can offer. What is Oscar going to offer him? Canelo? Canelo's 160. Errol Spence is 147. What is he going to offer him? Jaime Munguia? Is he going to offer him Jaime Munguia at 154? Jaime Munguia is not proven. Why would you put your guy against one of the most avoided guys in the game at Errol Spence and he's not signed to you? And I don't know why Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya is even recruiting Al Heyman fighters anyway. He's been down this road before. It doesn't matter if any of Al Heyman's guys is signed to a promotional contract. If he doesn't want a fight to happen, it won't happen. What you think happened with Leo Santa Cruz when he was with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya was trying to set up the Leo Santa Cruz Guillermo Rigondeaux fight? What happened? Al Heyman put the brakes on that. He said, my guy not fighting Guillermo Rigondeaux. Hell no. Oscar De La Hoya got frustrated. He let Leo Santa Cruz out of the contract, got bought out of the contract. So I don't even know why Oscar De La Hoya is even entertaining Al Heyman fighters. Because no matter if he signs Errol Spence or whoever else, doesn't matter. Because he's going to have to run his every move by Al Heyman. Or Errol Spence is given the ultimate benefits without a promoter at the end of the day. But he has to be careful because he has man down promotions. So I'm sure he pretty much wants to sign fighters. So he has to let people know that he doesn't need a promoter for his own personal career, but he doesn't devalue the importance of a promoter, period. That's a fine line that you have to walk. But I think I made my point in terms of Errol Spence and what's next for him. It's bigger than his next opponent. He has to craft out his next moves, his next couple moves to become the superstar that Al Heyman, Showtime, and everybody else want for him to be. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.